empower?
Certain things happen, and it's understanding. Even certain things you plan, it never happens. This one, I met Kapil Sibal Saab at a common friend's house around a year back, and we agreed to do an album. He gave some beautiful lyrics, out of which Ladli, which you're going to see the video now in a few moments, is a very special song. And so when Vogue, the whole campaign Vogue Empire happened, I felt this would be the right thing to attach to, and it'll complement. And so it all fell into place, and we had a video by Bijoy Nambiar, and Lataji singing, and I'm singing too. And we're going to see that song very soon.
We will see it soon.
And let's see, I'm excited.
On that cue, hello?
Yeah, take this one.
Sorry. On that cue, Mr. Rahman's Thank you so much. May we please request you to sit here, Mr. Rahman. Mr. Sibal, I'm not letting you go.
Well, it just happened accidentally, in a sense, that I met Rahman Saab and showed in some of my lyrics. And I think at about 27 or 30 of them, and he said he would pick up some, and he picked up about 7 of them, or 7 or 10 of them. And the one that we were agreed on, which we thought was the ideal lyric, was Ladli. And we went about thinking as to what kind of title should be given to the album, because we wanted to connect Ladli with a title that epitomizes what Ladli stands for. And I suggested the name Nur Ronak, and Rahman Saab immediately accepted it, because what better word, so to say, to use with respect to a woman than Ronak, because she is the Ronak of our lives. She epitomizes everything that's beautiful. She is the creator. She is the transformer. She is the nurturer of everything around us. And she is the Ladli of our lives. And I think the quicker we in society understand the importance of that Ladli, the better we will be as a society. And I think recent events have made us realize that it's important to take this message forward. And what better platform than Vogue and Alex and yourself to really take it forward with a man who is a genius in every sense of the word. I never knew that Ladli, the words of Ladli can be created in the fashion that he has done, and put it to music, which is, I think, unbelievable. And only a genius like Rahman could do that. So I thank Vogue, and most of all, Rahman Saab, for having done what he has done. Thank you very much.
Mr. Sibal, all I can say is that I wish the other billion people in this country start thinking like you, and especially all our men. And there is a lesson to be learned. Thank you so much for those words. I'd now like to call Mr. Sanojit Bhujbal, Marketing Director, Sony Music India.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanojit Bhujbal. Singing you loudly. Thank you. For the press questions, we are now open to taking any questions from you all. Thank you. Yes, to the gentleman there. Hi.
मिस्टर रहमान, मेरा सवाल आपसे है. मेरा नाम आलोक है, I'm OAFM से. लता दीदी के साथ एक बार फिर से आपकी जुगलबंदी हुई है एंड कपिल साहब के बोल हैं. तो इस बार काम करना कितना इजी था? कब आपने, क्योंकि अक्सर आप रात में काम करते हैं तो 2-2:30 बजे गाने को कहते हैं. तो दीदी क्या रात में गाई, दिन में गाई? और RDB के गाने से ये कितना डिफरेंट है? सुना हमने काफी.
When I heard the lyrics and when we did the tune, I felt like she would be the right voice because she represents the whole power of. So I approached her and she was glad to do it. But she first heard the song and I was there and she said, "I don't feel like doing it today." So I said, "Okay, I've got to go. I didn't tell her all that. I was doing a Hollywood movie. I just came for that one day. Record a voice, and she didn't feel like doing it. That such a privilege to even she's saying yes to the whole thing. So I waited for 3.5 months, and so another day we fixed. And again, I think she was a bit ill that time, and she was in her spirits. And then one day I said, "If you don't do this, I'm not going to release the album." And she did it, and I heard it, and we have the album now. So it was worth the wait, I thought.
Thank you.
Mr. Rahman, usually you've been associated with a lot of social initiatives before also. So what makes Vogue Empower so different, and what made you, become a part of it?
I think it's we all the artists, I think naturally we have a sense of connection to what is absolutely necessary and how to influence people in the right way, subliminally, not. And music is such a great tool for that. Though I don't do that every time. In this case, I actually started an album with my sisters a couple of years back called Rasayana Rojakal, Chemical Roses, whatever it's called. And during that, I discovered many things that we could do at a point of view from a woman. I was discussing with my sisters, Rehana, Nishrat, and then when he showed me Ladli, I felt this is not a simple song. It's not a lullaby. It's something very powerful. So my interpretation for his lyrics were these. And then the perfect thing for Vogue Empower, I felt. And they seem to like the video too. They're smiling.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, I have one question for you. It's been 7 years, for your journey, like with Vogue, So I want to ask you that what made you come up with this whole initiative, Vogue Empower, and where and how the idea originated?
I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
I'm Atya.
Atya. Atya, actually, as a woman and a woman living in India, it's very hard to wake up every morning and to not be aware of what's happening around us. Domestic violence is just one form of gender inequality and violation of rights. There are many voices that go unheard. There are many troubles that women go through that are not brought to the front page or even the second page of a newspaper. All that's brought to our light are the atrocities, the physical atrocities. That sort of was a trigger for us. It happened more and more, and we kept reading about it. And as an office which is predominantly filled with women, it wasn't something that escaped us. It sort of stayed with us. And then comes the next obvious question, which is, what can we do as a brand? What can we do as women? What can we do as individuals? Sometimes giving money is the easiest part. I don't know if you understand that, but what was important was to use the influence, the reach, and the power of the brand Vogue to be able to raise awareness on issues pertaining to women and women's empowerment. There was some, early on, there were some quick learnings for us that empowerment is not something that affects only women that live in rural India. It's as much an urban dilemma as it is rural. Secondly, empowerment is not about escaping domestic abuse. It's about being the mistress of your own universe, making your own choices, being able to pursue happiness on your own terms. So the net was definitely far wider, which is why we felt that as a brand that did have a certain reach, that did have a voice, we wanted to take this intent and marry it with the content of the magazine. So thus started our journey towards Vogue Empower. We started off very small. I still remember our first pledge maker was Sudha Murthy. When we met her, within half an hour, she told my features editor that she was happy to give us money towards a charity that supports cervical cancer. So we knew that we had hit the right note, and we weren't the only ones thinking this way. Slowly, this entire galaxy grew, and we had about 180 people who came on board to help us in a way, big or small.
Hello, good evening to all. This is for